General Hospital spoilers reveal that a shocking discovery made by Brick in Solinski's device, which Jason and Sonny brought back, left him frozen in front of the computer screen, unable to believe his eyes. After days of tirelessly breaking through complex security layers, Brick finally accessed a hidden folder containing a series of photos and documents related to none other than Dr. Isaiah. The photos showed Isaiah in several secret meetings with Solinski and other dangerous individuals, including a mysterious man known as Phoenix, the person believed to be at the head of the criminal organization that ordered the attack on Sonny. Isaiah had been involved in the very dangers at GH. The documents Brick found reveal that Isaiah is not just an ordinary doctor but also a high-ranking agent of the criminal organization, planted at General Hospital with a specific mission: to monitor Sonny's activities and gather information on his rivals. His position at the hospital gave him access to the medical records of the city's most powerful figures, providing his organization with valuable intel on their weaknesses. What makes this discovery even more alarming is Isaiah's growing relationship with Jordan. Text messages found in Solinski's device show that Isaiah's approach to Jordan was not random but part of a larger plan. As the deputy mayor and former police chief, Jordan has access to information that Isaiah's organization is eager to acquire, from police activities to city development plans that could impact their territory. Isaiah was tasked with gaining Jordan's trust and then exploiting her position for the benefit of his organization. This is setting up an even more explosive storyline as Brick faces a difficult decision: should he immediately reveal his findings to Sonny and Jason? Or should he continue to follow Isaiah to gather more information about his organization, and potentially the identity of Phoenix? More importantly, should he warn Jordan of the danger she's in, risking blowing the investigation but possibly saving her from being exploited and harmed? As Brick weighs his options, he is unaware that Isaiah has started to suspect that Solinski's device has fallen into Sonny and Jason's hands. He has begun taking precautions, erasing digital traces, and even planning to leave Port Charles if necessary. But before doing so, he has one last mission to complete, a mission involving Jordan and the information she might provide regarding upcoming security plans for a major city event where many powerful figures, including Sonny, will be present. As these forces move into position, one thing is certain: a confrontation between Brick and Isaiah is inevitable. And when the truth about the mysterious doctor is finally revealed, it will send shockwaves through Port Charles, forever changing the lives of all involved, especially Jordan, who may have to face the painful reality that the man she's falling for is not only a liar but also a dangerous threat to everything she holds dear. Jordan is in shock over the reports that Brick has, a blow to both her reason and emotions, especially for a woman who prides herself on her judgment. When Brick places irrefutable evidence of Isaiah's true identity before her, photos, text messages, and documents found in Solinski's device, Jordan feels as though the ground beneath her is crumbling. Each photo shows Isaiah in secret meetings with notorious criminals. Each text reveals his plans to exploit her, like a dagger to her heart. Her usually sharp and confident eyes are now filled with uncontrollable tears as she faces the truth that the man she's begun to open up to is nothing but an illusion, a tool designed to exploit her. The relationship between Jordan and Isaiah is truly escalating as Jordan realizes she has been manipulated by Isaiah. The intimate moments they shared, the secrets she revealed, the security plans she unknowingly mentioned, all of it was collected and passed along to his organization. Jordan, with all her experience in crime fighting, never realized she was sleeping with the enemy. Feelings of betrayal and self-blame flood her mind, causing her pain not only from a broken heart but also from a wounded professional pride. But instead of collapsing entirely, Jordan begins to turn her pain into determination. With Brick's support, she starts planning not only to protect herself and the city but also to fight back. She decides to continue her relationship with Isaiah, pretending not to know his true identity, while secretly gathering information about his organization and, especially, about the mysterious person known as Phoenix. It's a dangerous gamble, as Isaiah is no fool and might discover her plan. But Jordan feels she has no choice if she wants to stop any plots his organization might be planning. However, Brick is using these dynamics to vie for Jordan's affection. And this is leading to one of the new shocks. Brick, who has always had feelings for Jordan but never acted on them, now sees this as an opportunity to prove his worth and maybe win her heart. He has become her indispensable companion in this investigation, always by her side, supporting and protecting her. He begins sharing more about himself, showing Jordan a side of him she's never seen before, a man who is not just smart and strong but also caring and understanding. Jordan, still grappling with the feelings of betrayal from Isaiah, has started to see Brick in a new light. She's beginning to appreciate his steady presence, his unwavering loyalty, and how he always puts her safety first. In moments of vulnerability, she has even begun to wonder if she might have missed something obvious all along, that the right man for her might have been right in front of her the entire time. However, things become more complicated when Isaiah, suspecting that Jordan might have discovered something, starts making more efforts to win back her trust. He's become more attentive, more considerate, even starting to share secrets from his past, carefully crafted stories meant to make Jordan feel like he's opening up to her when, in reality, they're just part of his deception game. As Jordan continues this dangerous game, trying to balance deceiving Isaiah and not being deceived again, she finds herself relying more on Brick for emotional and strategic support. And as they work together to expose Isaiah and his organization, something begins to develop between them, a deeper connection based on respect, trust, and perhaps, just perhaps, love. As Port Charles continues to watch the unfolding situation, one thing is certain: the battle between Jordan, Brick, and Isaiah is not just about stopping a criminal organization but also about the heart of a woman who is all too familiar with betrayal. And as forces continue to move and countermove, no one can predict who will emerge victorious in this dangerous game of love, loyalty, and betrayal. Jordan has discovered another piece of evidence: she's pregnant with Brick's child. A piece of news that leaves her stunned as she looks at the positive test result in her bathroom. The passionate encounter they had a few weeks ago, a moment of vulnerability after Jordan discovered Isaiah's betrayal, has left consequences neither of them anticipated. With trembling hands, Jordan touches her stomach, a sense of confusion and worry overwhelming her mind. How could she be pregnant at this time, when her life is in chaos? When she's in the middle of a dangerous mission to expose Isaiah and his organization? And how could she tell Brick, the man who has become her rock, yet has never discussed having children or a long-term future with her? One of the new dynamics at play is really causing things to escalate as Jordan faces the difficult decision of whether to continue her dangerous mission. With a child growing inside her, she must worry not just about her own safety but also that of her unborn child. Each meeting with Isaiah, each time she pretends not to know his true identity, she feels like she's putting her baby in danger. But she also knows that if she backs down now, if she lets Isaiah and his organization continue their operations unchecked, the threat to Port Charles, and ultimately to her child, will be even greater. One of the events that adjusts things is the pressure on Jordan as she decides to keep her pregnancy a secret. At least for now. She's begun to change her strategy, trying to gather information on Isaiah and his organization without putting herself in direct danger. She's started relying more on Brick for fieldwork, while she focuses on analyzing data and planning from a distance. She's also begun finding ways to wrap up the mission faster, knowing that time is running out before her pregnancy becomes more obvious. However, Jordan's behavior changes haven't gone unnoticed by Brick. With his sharp instincts, he started noticing something's wrong: the way Jordan suddenly refuses to drink, the way she avoids dangerous situations, and even the morning sickness she's trying to hide. He's begun to suspect that Jordan is hiding a secret, and he's determined to find out what it is. One shock: Brick wants to protect Jordan from is really making things intensify as he finally discovers the truth. In an emotional scene at Jordan's apartment, Brick confronts her about his suspicions. And Jordan, too exhausted from keeping the secret, confesses that she's pregnant with his child. Brick's reaction is not the shock or worry she feared, but uncontrollable joy. He embraces Jordan, vowing to protect her and their child at all costs. With renewed determination, Brick starts ramping up efforts to expose Isaiah and his organization. He taps into all his connections, using every available resource to gather information and build an irrefutable case against Isaiah. He also begins taking extra precautions to protect Jordan, ensuring she's always under surveillance and safe, especially during meetings with Isaiah. As Jordan and Brick work together to expose Isaiah, their relationship grows deeper. The prospect of a child has brought them closer in a way neither of them expected. They begin discussing the future, not just how they'll bring Isaiah to justice but the life they could build together once all of this is over. However, as their plan begins to take shape, Isaiah is also beginning to suspect. He's noticed the changes in Jordan's behavior, the way she seems to be distancing herself from him. And he's starting to wonder if she knows something about his true identity. With the predator's instinct, Isaiah begins plotting a counterattack, a plan that could put Jordan and her unborn child in deadly danger. As Port Charles continues to watch the unfolding situation, one thing is certain. The battle between Jordan, Brick, and Isaiah has become a game with much higher stakes than before. And as Jordan and Brick strive to protect not just the city but the future of their family, they will face challenges and dangers none of them could have imagined. But with their love and determination, and with the child growing inside Jordan as a reminder of what's at stake, they'll fight with everything they have, for each other, for their child, and for the future they hope to share. Isaiah is still targeting Sonny. And the story of Isaiah being Sonny's doctor regarding his heart condition is making Sonny's danger escalate more and more. In a chilling turn of events, Isaiah successfully convinces Sonny that he is the best cardiovascular specialist to monitor the crime boss's post-surgery condition. With a professional appearance and persuasive confidence, Isaiah easily secures this position, placing Sonny in a deadly situation that he is unaware of. Each doctor's visit, every medication adjustment, every medical advice, everything is part of a sophisticated plan to weaken Sonny's health and eventually cause a natural heart attack with no trace of criminal activity. One of the new impositions proving this shift is when Isaiah starts fine-tuning his plan after discovering that Jordan may have learned his true identity. Realizing that his time is running out, Isaiah decides to accelerate his schedule, changing his strategy from gradual weakening to a direct and swift strike. He begins prescribing Sonny a new medication, one that seems harmless but, in fact, causes dangerous reactions when combined with Sonny's current heart medications. This is a risky gamble, as it could raise suspicion if Sonny suddenly dies, but Isaiah feels he has no other choice. This is proving to be one of the new shocks that is rising as Brick, after discovering the threat to Sonny, faces an unimaginable dilemma. On one hand, he needs to warn Sonny about the danger Isaiah poses, but on the other hand, doing so could put Jordan in danger if Isaiah finds out that his cover has been blown. Brick has to balance his loyalty to Sonny, the man he has served and respected for many years, with his love for Jordan and their unborn child. It's a decision that has no right answer. A decision in which, no matter which way he chooses, someone he cares about could be harmed. After many sleepless nights, Brick decides he will warn Sonny, but in a way that can't trace back to Jordan. He arranges for an anonymous source to provide Sonny with information about Isaiah, while also increasing protection for Jordan, ensuring that she is never alone with Isaiah. This is an imperfect solution, but it's the best Brick can come up with in this unimaginable situation. This is proving to be one of the new calculations that is going further than ever before when Sonny, after receiving the warning, decides not to confront Isaiah directly but instead plays a more dangerous game. Instead of firing Isaiah or confronting him, Sonny decides to pretend he doesn't know anything and continues to allow Isaiah to be his doctor, but with an important change. He secretly stops taking all of the medications Isaiah has prescribed, while also starting to gather evidence of Isaiah's criminal activities. Sonny realizes that Isaiah is not only a threat to him but also a potential lead to Phoenix, the mysterious enemy who ordered the attack on him. By keeping Isaiah close, Sonny hopes to not only protect himself but also ultimately find and eliminate the larger threat. As this cat-and-mouse game continues, with Isaiah trying to kill Sonny, Sonny pretending to be unaware while gathering evidence, and Brick trying to protect both Sonny and Jordan, the tension begins to escalate to unbearable levels. Isaiah, Growing increasingly desperate as his efforts seem to be failing, begins to take greater risks, increasing the medication doses and even considering more direct methods. Sonny, aware that his time is running out before Isaiah becomes reckless, starts planning for the final confrontation. And Brick, torn between two worlds, faces the reality that sooner or later, he may have to make an unimaginable choice. As Port Charles watches the unfolding situation, one thing is certain: the battle between Sonny, Isaiah, and Brick is heading toward an inevitable climax, a climax where not everyone may survive. And as the forces continue to move and counter-move, with higher stakes than ever, no one can predict who will be left standing when the dust settles. But one thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same once it's all over. Brick will end the dangerous events Isaiah has created, a decision made after many sleepless nights and careful consideration. With Jordan and their unborn child in danger, along with the growing threat to Sonny, Brick realizes he can no longer wait and hope things will resolve safely. On a rainy night in Port Charles, Brick follows Isaiah from the hospital to his home. And when the doctor enters his dark apartment, he finds Brick waiting, a gun resting on his thigh and a look of determination on his face. The brief but tense confrontation ends with Isaiah being neutralized, not by a bullet as he might have feared, but by a series of undeniable pieces of evidence regarding his criminal activities that Brick had gathered. With the evidence in hand and the threat that it will be sent to both the police and Phoenix if Isaiah doesn't cooperate, Brick forces the doctor to face an unimaginable choice. Cooperate with Brick and have a chance at survival, or continue on his current path and face certain destruction. But the new story related to the haunting that is currently taking place involves adjusting actions, with one of the new ideas proving itself when Isaiah, faced with the inevitable choice, decides to cooperate, but not in the way Brick expected. Instead of simply giving up and providing information, Isaiah proposes a bold plan: he will become a double agent, continuing to work for Phoenix, but secretly providing information to Brick. This is a risky proposal, as no one can be sure of Isaiah's true loyalty. But it also offers the opportunity to finally identify and neutralize Phoenix, the mysterious enemy who has caused so much suffering for Port Charles. After much deliberation, Brick agrees to Isaiah's proposal, but with one non-negotiable condition. Isaiah must immediately cease all efforts to harm Sonny and must provide the proper medication for the crime boss's heart condition. To ensure Isaiah's compliance, Brick installs an elaborate surveillance system in the doctor's apartment and office, and also requires regular reports on every interaction with Phoenix and his organization. As the mastermind behind Isaiah's actions is also preparing new attacks, this proves to be one of the new calculations as Phoenix, growing increasingly impatient with the lack of progress in eliminating Sonny, begins to doubt Isaiah's loyalty. He starts demanding more frequent reports, setting tighter deadlines, and even sending supervisors to monitor Isaiah's progress. The mounting pressure places Isaiah in a dangerous position, forcing him to walk a tightrope between satisfying Phoenix enough to maintain his cover while providing Brick with valuable information without being detected. The situation becomes even more complicated when Phoenix decides not only to rely on Isaiah but also to deploy a backup plan to eliminate Sonny, a plan involving a direct attack on the crime boss's family and allies. The first targets, Carly, Michael, and especially Jason, Sonny's most loyal protector. By eliminating Sonny's support system, Phoenix hopes to weaken the crime boss enough to finally bring him down. The danger Brick is facing is truly escalating as he navigates through an increasingly complex maze of deceit and peril. With Isaiah as an unreliable ally, Phoenix planning new attacks, and Jordan and their unborn child in danger, Brick finds himself at the center of a perfect storm. He must balance protecting Jordan, monitoring Isaiah, warning Sonny and his family about upcoming threats, and trying to gather enough information to finally identify and neutralize Phoenix. The pressure is starting to take its toll on Brick, with sleepless nights and constant tension leaving their marks. Jordan, noticing the change in the man she loves, starts worrying not just for his safety but also for his mental health. She tries to convince Brick to share the burden, to let her help more despite her pregnancy, but Brick, always the protector, refuses to put her in any more danger. As the situation continues to escalate, with Phoenix growing bolder, Isaiah becoming more unreliable, and Brick growing more exhausted, one thing has become clear. This dangerous game cannot go on forever. Sooner or later, one side will have to make a decisive move, and when that happens, the consequences will reverberate throughout Port Charles. In a rare quiet moment, as Brick sits by Jordan's hospital bed, his hand gently resting on her stomach where their child is growing, he makes a promise, not just to Jordan and their unborn child, but also to himself. He will end this threat once and for all, no matter the cost. And as he looks into Jordan's eyes, both know that the time of reckoning is drawing near, a time that will determine not only their fate but the fate of all of Port Charles. As Port Charles continues to watch the unfolding situation, one thing is certain: the battle between Brick, Isaiah, and Phoenix is heading toward an unavoidable climax, one that not everyone may survive. And as the forces continue to move and countermove, with higher stakes than ever, no one can predict who will be left standing when the dust settles. But one thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same once it's all over.